I wanted to start with hopefully a fun question. This season feels very inspired by 80s horror films. And so we're wondering if you have a favorite horror film from the 80s.
Say Nightmare on Elm Street, which is like upsetting considering like how much we talk about that movie being of inspiration to season 4, but it is true. It's of my favorites.
Poltergeist, was that 80s?
Wait, that was like 83?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's my favorite. Yeah.
I haven't thought about that one in forever.
Halloween is also good. I did like that one.
Word.
So it's kind of bittersweet, but this is the beginning of the end for Stranger Things. And without giving away too much for where season 4 ends, what are you hoping for your characters in season 5?
I think this is just a general thing for any character in any show, but decent closure. Mm-hmm. I think getting to wrap up your character quite nicely gets to complete a good arc, especially when there's a lot of time and work put into developing that arc over the course of however long we've been doing this show. I think it would be nice to just end on a note that's satisfactory. Just I think that's bare minimum.
Will this spoil anything? I don't know. I'm gonna just say it.
Oh God, that's not
more like like a good closure, but for people to like, wow, I understand him now.
Oh.
Like one of those moments where I was like, wow, I should have looked into it more back then. Now I see where Lucas is coming from. Cool. That type of closeout.
I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this season we kind of get to see Max open up a little bit, and I think she really starts to see like how important that is when you do allow yourself to open up to the people closest in your life. So I just kind of wonder what that might look like in the future for her. Like a very more like open, sensitive version of Max. Will she soften up a little bit maybe?
I agree with Caleb and Gaten 100%. Closure and satisfaction, of course, for season 5, and also people understanding Erica and her character. So
yeah, I've enjoyed seeing Erica join in on the shenanigans more. It's been fun. This season is wild. I've seen the first 6 episodes, so I don't know how it ends, but I'm already blown away at just how many twists and turns there are throughout the season. As you were reading these scripts and figuring out what was happening, can you tell me some of your reactions?
I definitely was very, like, reading the script is definitely totally different from watching it. So I could say watching it, I'm like, oh shoot, this, I think as a fan, I'd be confused of where it's gonna go.
Yeah.
Like, it's very unpredictable.
Yeah.
There's so many levels and elements to this season that, you know, you think you're like, okay, this is okay, that's pretty crazy, but then something else crazy happens. It's like, is that the craziest thing that's gonna happen? Then something else crazy happens. So it's like, you never know when it's gonna stop.
Yeah, reading it was really, really cool. I was just in my room, and when we got like the end of all of 4, and just being floored. I was like glued to the carpet practically. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I couldn't even. I couldn't even get off. I was just stunned. I was excited, obviously, and just all of it just made me made me think, like, wondering if these guys had been planning all of this from day one when they just came up with the concept for what Stranger Things might have been, or if it's just something that they're coming up with off the top of their heads. Because either way, it's just genius.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate chatting with you.